What's going on, everybody? We are back. It is Monday, August 20th. We've got a 10-gamer today with very interesting pitching slate, some really fun stacks, all centered around the same implied total. It's just good to be back. I like getting back into my flow. I took a brutal beating yesterday, so you know what? Nobody wants to hear me talk. Let's hear from the master of the mini-max, Jake Hari. Jake, talk about how awesome you were on Friday, and yesterday for that matter.
That was a good day, yeah. It was a good weekend. I don't know. I haven't had a weekend like that in a while where I felt like I was just on everything good, and it reflected in the lineups. So, yeah, it was nice. It's good to have those, but I'm not expecting to be taking 3 of the top 4 spots in the mini-max anytime soon again, but it was definitely fun. I don't know. It looked cool on the finals leaderboard, and you guys all saw that. So thanks for all the shout outs and stuff. That was fun. Let's hopefully do it again. Or what do you guys do it again? Or you, Josh?
Yeah, I'd like to get it now, just from a pure jealousy perspective. Were you up were you up sweating it or like celebrating it or anything?
I was so. Yeah, by the time I went to bed, I kind of knew I was taking down first, and then I think there was a few innings left of the last game, and I woke up and I had first, second, and then 15, and they were 3 different stacks too.
Really?
So I had a Dodgers stack, I had a Nationals stack, I think, and a Diamondback stack that ended up vaulting up to 4th. I think Goldschmidt hit a homer, someone hit a homer late, and then I woke up and had the top 3 and just smashed everything.
That'll work.
It was fun. It was fun.
Well, there you go. Jake, the master of the mini-max, finally completing the journey on Friday. I've got, what, 6 more weeks to go before I can only do it next year? That'll be a frustrating journey if it doesn't break correctly.
Well, there's always NFL too. They have a mini max for NFL.
I'm anxious to see if they add it for NBA. I would imagine they will.
Oh yeah, it's way too big of a hit for low stakes players.
Yeah.
That they'll have it. Let's see what the NFL's payout structure is. I'm sure it's ridiculous. Yeah, 118,000, but it's only 50 cents. 10K to first, 3K. I mean, not a great structure, but
we'll be playing it.
Yeah, I'll definitely play it.
Yeah. I just want this baseball one now. It's been too long. But we've talked about how awesome Jake is for long enough, in my opinion.
We definitely have.
But seriously, though, congrats.
Thank you.
That's an awesome finish. I was pumped when I woke up and saw this. I didn't know what the screenshot was when I woke up. I was like, oh, shit.
Yeah.
I wasn't ready for it.
Pretty fun.
He said finally. I think and that was all it said. It was just your post of a picture with just finally on it, and I was like, I must have got a really late night dawn.
No, I was getting wrecked.
Just money. Just lots of money.
No, I was getting wrecked the whole week, so it was nice to go into the weekend with the win.
Everybody but me predicted that Urena complete game shutout.
Yeah.
I said very specifically that I thought he was one of the worst plays on the day, so what the fuck do I know? First game up, Braves and Pirates. Braves, 3.8 run implied total. Pirates, 4.1. It's a 53% chance to win for the Pirates. Kevin Gausman going for Atlanta. Chris Archer going for Pittsburgh. I like both of these guys here, sort of just like the public does. We're projecting 21% ownership for Archer on DraftKings. I've got 25. We're projecting 8% ownership for Gausman on DK. I've got 6. I like them. They're fine. I prefer Archer mostly because of his price. Are you looking at these guys? Where do you stand on the Archer love, I guess?
Yeah, I want to kind of both of these guys. I just I don't see huge upside either way, and neither of these teams are very good strikeout matchups for righties. I know, probably Archer is the better play, I would say. He's at home. He's just got higher raw strikeout upside than Gausman. But I don't like that he's going to be one of the highest owned pitchers on the day against Atlanta, who's a team I really, really respect. A team that's hitting pretty well lately, only striking out just under 20% of the time against righties over the last month. 190 ISO, 113 WRC plus. So there's not really a team I want to mess with. And kind of same goes for Pittsburgh against Gausman. So I'm torn about what I want to do. I'll probably be underweight on Archer at the very least, and then maybe have a little bit of Gausman, but nothing crazy either side.
No, I get that. The Braves aren't the best strikeout matchup in the world. I think mostly just Archer is just at 7,800. He's just a bit too low for his raw talent. I think that's where I'm getting to.
But yeah, agreed. He's a 9K pitcher at least in this spot, I think, probably. But yeah.
Do you like any hitting here? Because I'm not really getting anything.
I mean, I don't mind the Braves bats. When Archer gets hit, it's a lot of time it's very hard. So he's only striking out 21.5% of lefties, which is fine, but giving up a lot of line drives, almost 40% hard contact, a lot of pulled hits. So Freddie Freeman and Nick Markakis and Ozzie Albies actually jump off the page to me. So if you're not going to Archer, I think it would be wise to get a Atlanta bat or two in your lineups.
Yeah, I could, like, Freeman grades out pretty well on an individual basis. Everybody else just seems to be a little expensive. And, they're being downgraded because I think Archer is good. So I don't naturally get to anything here. I wouldn't begrudge anybody of a Freeman one-off or an Albies one-off. I could even see sort of the opposite scenario if you wanted to grab any of the lefty outfielders for the Pirates, but I don't see either team as particularly stackable, especially with these run totals.
Yeah. I mean, if you just wanted to avoid this game, I don't see like either team going crazy. I mean, you're just looking for a couple home runs on one side and hope you get the right guys type of thing. Like Gausman definitely gives up homers. Just like scroll through his game logs and you can see hasn't been getting a ton of strikeouts outside of the 8-inning 8K game against Milwaukee. That was kind of out of nowhere. He's someone I want to like, but I just can't really get there. I mean, I can get there at 6%, but not in like I want to make a huge stand on him. So, yeah, this game is kind of weird for me.
Yeah, I'd rather it just stay quiet, honestly.
Yeah, hope so.
Now, here's one that I don't want to stay quiet. Orioles and Blue Jays. Orioles 4-run implied total. Blue Jays 5. It's a 61% chance to win for the Jays. Andrew Cashner going for Baltimore. Marco Estrada going for Toronto. This one's weird. I'm all over everything here except for Cashner. Estrada, pretty chalky. 26% expected ownership on DK. I actually have 31. I am over the field on him on both sites. And I'm pretty solidly over the field on a Blue Jays stack. Similarly, in lineups that I don't have Estrada, I'm probably going to have the top part of the Orioles lineup. I'm over the field on them as well. So, is there anything you don't like here besides Cashner? Because I like everything else.
Yeah. So, I thought I was going to like Estrada a ton. And then James was pitching the totals, and I thought I was going to like Estrada a ton. He's a -171 favorite. It's Baltimore. Like, Baltimore's one of the best matchups, you would think, at least. But Estrada's actually, like, he relies on that changeup so much, and that's a really good pitch to lefties, not as much to righties. So a little bit worried there with the righty-heavy lineup. And then Baltimore has been really, really good over the last month. Like, since they traded Machado, oddly enough, so over the last 30 days, under 22% K rate, a 212 ISO. This is against righties, and a 134 WRC plus, which is second best in the MLB. The ISO is third best, and like they're just not striking out as much. So I don't really want to play a chalk pitcher against them right now, as weird as that is. And I'm just not really comfortable with Estrada. I think I was on him his last start or 2 starts ago, and he got really lucky. Whatever he did, I just remember him being super lucky. So I guess I'm sounding like the Terminator again.
Yeah, you're good now, but it broke up a little bit.
All right. Well, yeah. So I'm really lower than the field on Estrada for sure, and maybe even I'll play some Orioles here.
Okay. So I have a lot of the top part of both of these lineups. Blue Jays are 4th for me on FanDuel, 5th on DK. Orioles are 7th for me on FanDuel, 6th on DK. Over the field, every site, each team. So for the Orioles, it's Mullins, VR, Adam Jones, Mancini, Chris Davis. That's basically where all of it's going. They're just all super, super cheap. And similarly for the Blue Jays, Granderson, Travis, Smoke, Morales, Teoscar getting most of the exposure. I'll get some Luke Malley on DK for a 2,800, but I like the top part of both of these orders. I'm expecting one of these teams to hit like a bunch of dingers, kind of like Big Al.
Yeah, I can see that for sure. Toronto bats I like a lot. Morales, Teoscar looks a little bit under-owned compared to everyone else. Granderson leading off, he also looks under-owned for whatever reason. But I don't know. I think people will be on the Blue Jays, and I think they're a really awesome stack. I don't mind targeting against Cashner pretty much anytime he goes out there. So,
right.
Yeah, I'm on the Blue Jays, and I'm more on bats on this game on both sides. I like Reynaldo Nunez, I should say, for Baltimore.
Ooh, okay. Not a guy that's popping up much for me. Why do you like him?
Just looks like he's hit righties pretty well. He's not he's striking out below league average and batting 6th. I don't think many people will play him. So I think he's got a chance to hit Estrada pretty hard.
Okay, so here's a question for you. Just to expound on something that we never really talk about.
Yeah.
When you say that he's been striking out below league average, is that something that you're interested in for a hitter?
I mean, I like guys that just put the ball in play, or I think are going to be able to put the ball in play all of their at-bats, or the majority of their at-bats against the starter.
Okay.
That's
what I figured you were going with.
Yeah.
I just wanted to make sure that I was thinking about what you were thinking about correctly. That makes sense to me. You want to get it, you're not going to get it. At the very least, if a ball is in play, you have a chance to pick up points, where if a guy is striking out, you have no chance to get any points.
Right. Yeah, I don't know. It's just like a mental thing with me. Like, I mean, Chris Davis is a fine play, but even against, if Chris Davis is going up against Cashner here, just there's a realistic chance he would strike out 2 out of 3 of his at bats.
Sure.
I hate playing guys like that when they're going to be chalky. And
yeah, Cashner minimum salary on FanDuel today, kind of rewriting the rules. Or Chris Davis rather, minimum salary on FanDuel. But that's not where you're going with that point. I think that makes sense. I wonder, that'd be something I'd want to look at if there's any, what the relationship between strikeout rate, fantasy points would be, if there was any correlation one way or the other. Because most guys that strike out a lot are also going to be hitting for a lot of power. So I wonder if that offsets it enough.
Yeah. And I mean, so Tom has said that there's something to be said for guys that can get you just 10 points as part of the stack. Maybe not guys that are gonna hit a home run or even have a good chance to hit a home run, but just guys that can put the ball in play with guys on base, get you singles, get you whatever it is, stolen bases or whatever. People are always looking for these double dongs and stuff, and that's fine, but you need the rest of the guys in the stack to make your lineup an actually winning lineup.
Yeah, a 2 for 4 with 2 singles and a run scored. You want that as at least part of the stack.
Yeah, absolutely.
You're going to need the dong to ultimately succeed, but you also need the filler.
Yes, you're going to need the dong to succeed.
Oh, man. That should be the motto on a pimp's t-shirt.
Oh, boy. Lorenzo was on Urena yesterday. Nice. Good call.
I was not.
Neither was I.
Giants and Mets. Giants 3.6 run implied total. Mets 3.9. It's a 53% chance to win for the Mets. Derek Holland going for San Francisco. Zach Wheeler going for New York. We're about to be very different. So here we go. Zach Wheeler, chalk pitcher of the day. 29% expected ownership on DK. 19% expected ownership on FanDuel. I have less than half the field on both sites. I don't love the idea of Wheeler here, especially at chalk. But I'm actually surprised that I don't have more. So let's talk about Wheeler. Why is he your dude?
Just good matchup against San Francisco. I actually don't mind that there's like a balanced lineup in here because Wheeler strikes out righties fine. He strikes out lefties near 25% of the time. And I'm seeing possibly 6 lefties, including the pitcher spot here with Holland in the lineup. They let him go deep. So they didn't let him go deep last game, but in general they did. And I was I guess he went 95 pitches, but it's not like he got pulled. He got pulled because they were up so much. Like they were just pounding Baltimore. And they just pulled him after 5, which is kind of expected. So underwhelming performance last time out when he was expensive, but now $1,500 cheaper. I think it's a fair price, and he's got one of the best match of the night. I think he's got some of the highest upside of the night. And I'm not excited to play Cole, Kluber, Porcello, any of those guys up top. So yeah, Wheeler's kind of my guy tonight. I'll eat the chalk with him.
I was surprised that he got to 29%. 9,300 felt way too high.
Well, he was 10-8 last time out and 10-1 the time before that. So maybe people are just seeing a discount.
He's just not popping for me, and I can't quite figure out why.
I mean, definitely a little bit volatile. I think he's been much, much better as of late, and I just like playing pitchers that are kind of rolling. I think there's something to that when you're just missing a ton of bats.
Yeah.
And so, like, I'll just keep riding it out with him. Like I said, that last start was rough, but going back, like even the last 10 starts, his chase rate is above average in like all of them. He's got a bunch of double-digit swinging strike games up to like 15, and he had a 20% swinging strike game. Yeah, he looks really good to me, and the Mets let him go too, which I really like.
I think I was probably underrepresenting how deep he's going to go into this game. I just bumped his innings projection up a little bit.
Okay.
That'll make him rise slightly in my ownership. I didn't realize that he goes pretty deep.
Yeah.
Pretty regularly.
Yeah, so 2 starts ago, 108 pitches. 3 starts ago, 104 pitches. He's had games where he's gone like 110, I think. Like they treat him kind of like an ace, and that's probably because their bullpen sucks so bad.
Yeah, he averages 6 innings a start. I had him coming in a little bit lower than that, but between this matchup and sort of his baseline, I bumped that up now. So I'll probably I'm guessing I'll be just slightly under the field when all is said and done, and I'm okay with it.
Yeah.
I wish he was like 8,600, not 9,300.
Oh, then he'd be mega chalk. He's
sure.
86. He'd be.
I really price, like Archer at this price point, comparatively speaking.
Right, and I think that to get some people off of him. I think that people will just see Porcello at home and be like, oh, well, I could just go up a little bit. I could get up to Kluber. I could get up to, well, maybe not Cole, but he's just kind of in a price range by himself. So I like that.
Are you looking at Holland at all?
Yes. He's another one that just looks much better to me for whatever reason. And the Mets are striking out above league average against lefties for the season, actually. And even with all these righties in the lineup, like they're just not very good. They're not a good team. And Holland's chase rate has been awesome. Swinging strikes way up as well. And I don't think anybody's going to be on him either. So I'm really liking this 8K to Wheeler range, 8K to 9,300. I think there are a bunch of good options, and Holland is definitely one of them for me.
Okay. He's not a guy that's popping up all that much for me, and a lot of that has to do with just where his price is. I prefer Archer and Wood significantly more to Holland, and they're cheaper. So it kind of gets priced out. Like He's in that group of 78 to 8,200 guys of Fires, Holland, Wood, and Archer. Holland comes out last.
Okay.
It's just really hard when you have 4 guys there that are going to get ownership. Somebody's going to get pinched. And for me right now, that's Holland.
Got it.
It wouldn't shock me if he had a good game, though. I mean, this is a really low total. Lots of swing and miss in that Mets lineup, too.
Absolutely.
Any bats here for you? Doesn't look super appealing for me.
I think if you want to leverage Wheeler, Brandon Belt is probably the play. But honestly, I don't think I'll have definitely won't have any 5-man stacks of either side, I don't think. So
we're on the same page there.
Yeah.
Alrighty, moving on. Andres, congrats on that Urania call, man.
Thanks, still loading.
Indians and Red Sox. Indians, 4-run implied total. Red Sox, 4-run implied total. 50-50 game here. Corey Kluber going for Cleveland. Rick Porcello going for Boston. Kluber, 17% expected ownership. I've got 14. 11% on FanDuel. I'm matching the field. No Porcello for me on either site. So let's start with Kluber. Do you want to pay that $11,000 price tag?
No, I don't. I was thinking about it you would probably have to be Max Scherzer for me to play you at 11K as a righty going into Boston. It's just been such a tough matchup. And I know Kluber, he had a good start last time out. I think it was against Cincinnati, kind of an unexpectedly very good start out of Kluber. But he doesn't look the same dominant Corey Kluber that we've seen over the last couple of years. Last 3 starts, 7.1% swinging strike rate, 6.0, 6.3. He's just not missing the bats. I know he got the results last time out, but Boston's not the team to be trifled with. And if people are going to play him, that's a pretty easy fade for me, which is weird to say about Kluber. I love the guy, but there's no way I'm getting anywhere close to 14 or 17%.
Okay. This grabbing a pitcher against the Red Sox over the past couple days is really getting me in weird spots because I can't remember who it was on Wednesday or Thursday, but I didn't get them, and then I did get them on the next day, and now here I am again getting some of Kluber against the Red Sox, and I'm just it terrifies me. I don't want to have him, but I think I'm gonna have at least some of him. I think that's going to be a lot of people's thinking. He's going to be easy to fit in when you've got some of these cheap 5 and 6K pitchers. Yeah. People will just be like, oh, Corey Kluber discount, and he'll just get ownership like that. But I don't want to just play a guy that I think is in a bad matchup just because of lack of options. That's why I'm on Wheeler and some other guys in the 8K range. Yeah, I'm assuming I'll be right around the field, either slightly high or slightly low. So I don't have a Corey Kluber take, although I wish I did. Any bats here?
I think the Red Sox are interesting. They're so expensive.
They really are.
They're so expensive. But if Kluber's going to be throwing these 6 and 7% swinging strike games, I know those were in I think it was Minnesota, LA, and Cincinnati. So not super easy matchups for a righty, but if you're not missing bats against the Red Sox in Fenway, you're going to have trouble. So I think a Red Sox very contrarian stack, if you can afford it, is well in play here.
I've got double the field on the Indians on DraftKings.
I'll have some Indians as well, but you go. Talk about the Indians.
So it's mostly just Lindor, Brantley, and Ramirez. Shock, I know.
Yeah.
I'll get a little bit of Yonder Alonso as well, but I have 3 times the field on Lindor, close to 3 times the field on Ramirez, double up on Michael Brantley. I don't mind paying up for those guys. Because, at least you're getting high end. It's a little scary going against Porcello, but yeah, all three guys are quote unquote lefties for this matchup.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have a bunch of that top portion and hope that quality wins out.
Yeah. I agree. This is I'm not really on either pitcher here, and there's going to be low ownership on two very good teams, especially against righties. Yeah, I'll have some Cleveland bats. It's going to be mostly the top three, but I will have some Yonder Alonso. Melky Cabrera's hitting well as of late, like hitting the ball hard too, and then Kipnis makes for a fine play as well. So Indians a little bit cheaper, but both teams super spendy, but it is a great park.
Yeah. I have a feeling something big is coming out of this game that
I hope so.
Like most of us won't have.
Hope it's the bats.
Some stupid like Jackie Bradley Jr. 3-run dong or something.
Yeah.
To the Royals we go. Royals and Rays. Royals 3.6 run implied total. Rays 4.9. 63% chance to win for the Rays. This one's going to take some discussion. Jorge Lopez going for Kansas City. It's Hunter Woods starting for the Rays. From what I've seen, it's Ryan Yarbrough as the dude.
Is it?
I don't know. That's sort of where we need to go first. Because if it is, this is a really good spot.
Yeah.
I couldn't seem to figure out who else it would be once I looked at pitcher usage.
Let's see. So, the starter's Hunter Wood. So usually I just like search Hunter Wood and just see if I can scroll through the news and see if they mention it. Oh, here we go. Yeah, you're right. It's Yarbrough.
Kaboom.
Wood figures to pitch a couple of innings before giving way to Ryan Yarbrough, who's expected to cover the bulk of the innings. The interesting thing with Yarbrough is they haven't really let him go deep lately.
55 pitches in his last outing.
Yeah, that sucks.
Yeah.
How expensive is he?
69.
Yeah, and you can't really play him for that, I don't think.
No. Maybe
like
a line or two, but nothing crazy.
Yeah. If I knew he was going to throw 80 pitches, I'd play him for 6,900. But, yeah, I mean, he's just not going deep at all.
No. I think I put him in for like 3 2/3 innings.
Oh, God, that sucks. It's such a good spot, too. I mean, he could go 5 innings in 60 pitches, like easily against this awful team. But I don't know if I'm going to get there.
It'll be tough. I'm with you.
Yeah.
So I expected the Rays bats to be like crazy popular for me on FanDuel last night on the night shift. Not the case. They're like too cheap, and I can't get to them.
Okay.
Everybody is under 2,800. They've got 3 guys on FanDuel that are minimum salary. Kevin Kiermaier's 2,200. I have some Rays stacks, and I like the idea of having them because I think the Royals are garbage, but they're almost too underpriced.
Yeah. You said the Royals are too underpriced?
Rays.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so Lopez coming off a really bad outing, 4 2/3, 6 earned runs, but he did go 88 pitches. So there's that. You're in a good park, and you have a pretty long leash. So I guess Lopez is in play. I don't know. I haven't really looked into him too much.
Whoa.
But just going, yeah. I mean, anyone who for 5,200 who can go possibly 90, 100 pitches is at least on my radar this time of year.
That's a good point.
So going back to Yarbrough quick,
okay.
He threw 94 pitches on August 5th on 5 days rest, and then didn't pitch until 7 days later, threw 20 pitches in 2 innings, pitched 3 days later on August 15th, 55 pitches. So, I mean, maybe we misread this. Maybe he can go more than 55. Maybe he can go like 80, 90 pitches here because he threw 94 not too long ago, 2 weeks ago. And they're kind of like he was on 3 days rest and threw 55, so or 2 days rest. So I don't know, on a full 5 days, maybe he can go 80, 85.
Yeah, but at 6,900, is that still even worth it?
It's just hard when Lopez on the other side in the same park. A little bit worse of a matchup, but it's not like Tampa is just a star-studded team by any means.
No.
And Lopez just went 88, so I don't know.
Yeah, I thought I was going to be there right with the Rays chalkiness on FanDuel, and I can't get enough volume because they're too cheap.
Yeah.
I don't know what to think. I really I basically don't have much of anything in this game.
I think if I'm going to a full stack here, it's Tampa Bay.
Yeah.
Lopez was bad in his last start. They have just a brutal bullpen and a lot of lefties in here. Bowers I love for 3,800. That's way too cheap for him. Your boy G-Man Choi is too cheap as well, 3,700.
Minimum salary on FanDuel.
Yeah. Brandon Lowe is only 3K.
Minimum salary on FanDuel.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. Like, you can't.
I like Wendell as a hitter too, and he's under 4K. So I wonder if does Lopez can he hold runners too? Because Malik Smith is 4,600. They usually only price him up when it's good stolen base matchups. But I don't know. He can probably steal anyways.
Yeah. Look, I'm gonna have some Rays. If something changes and their implied total grows even more, it'll be a spot where I can get a little bit more. But I'm gonna be under the field now, and that's not something I expected last night during the night shift.
Okay.
Anything else you want to touch on here? This is a weird game for me.
Yeah, really weird game. I'm glad I'm going to be on the live stream. Maybe I'll have some more clarity of what I'm going to do by then.
Okay. Reds and Brewers. Reds 3.7 run implied total. Brewers 5.3. The 65% chance to win for the Brewers. Homer Bailey going for Cincinnati. Chase Anderson going for the Brewers. I'm on Team Chase Anderson tonight. 21% expected ownership on DK. Give me double that. Similar scenario for FanDuel. And thanks to Homer Bailey's lack of talent, the Brewers are my #1 stack on both sites. So we'll start with Chase Anderson. What are you thinking there? Am I super crazy for having double the field?
No, I mean, he's a big favorite. Vegas thinks he'll have run support. I'm worried about Anderson, though. He's another one that I was on a couple weeks ago, and he had like a good start, but again, another guy who got really lucky, so I can't even really take credit for him. Giving up 4 earned runs in each of his last 2 starts. He's missing bats, but this Reds lineup kind of scary to me. Like even guys like Barnhart and Mason Williams and Preston Tucker, these guys have power. We know about Suarez and Scooter Gennett, and then speed too at the top with Billy Hamilton and Peraza. So I don't know. I'm definitely going to be lower than the field on Chase Anderson, and I will have some full-on red stacks because Anderson's a guy who's shown he can implode this year. Gives up quite a bit of hard hits as well.
Ooh, okay. Okay, we're on opposite sides here. I'm fine with it. I'll die on my Chase Anderson island today. Building rafts by myself, talking to volleyballs.
You're going to be 1/5 of everyone else in the field.
Whatever you just said.
21%. I said you're going to be building rafts with 21% of the field. You're not going to be on an island.
Yeah, but I've got like my own backup island somewhere else too, where I'll have all my own rafts.
Yeah.
So much Chase Anderson. I assume you're right with me. Wait, what were you about to say? I have double the field.
Okay, that's what I was going to ask. How much do you have?
Yeah. You have to like the Brewers, though, right?
Yeah. I mean, no, I might be crazy, but I'm not playing Bailey here. I think that the Brewers have a good case for the top stack on the night. So
I'm double the field on FanDuel, a little bit more than double on DK. These lefties, man. Lefties.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I'll even play the shell of Ryan Braun for 4,900. Low Kane can hit righties. Like,
we have Braun projected for no ownership on DK.
It's because of how bad he's been against righties. Like, he's not even crushing
lefties. So is 25% Braun too much then? Is that what you're saying?
I mean, not if it works out. He's the nuts part of the stack.
It's hard not to love these guys. Yelich, Moustakas, Shaw, all just incredible spots. Eric Thames looks great. I'd prefer him to not be hitting 7th, but you can only cram so many lefties at the top of the order. I love the lefty-righty balance of this lineup. Makes it really hard to attack late game with relievers.
Yeah, perfect.
So I love this spot for me. Highest implied total of the slate. I thought they'd be chalkier. They're not. Like, they're third. We have the Twins significantly higher, and a team that I don't even have at all, the Astros, as the number 2 stack on DK.
Ooh.
Yeah. So
I did not see that coming.
No, neither did I. So I'm loving the Brewers. I want to be all over these guys. Especially, that was Freudian.
Well.
Top 5 for me looks the best. If you want to go to Thames, that's fine. I don't mind having scope, but, it's not the best spot. And then, if I'm stacking up these guys in all of this bulk, I'll get some Manny Pena just because, but he doesn't necessarily grade out all that well for me. Just one of those spots. So, suck it, Homer Bailey.
Yeah, suck it, Homer Bailey, indeed. I was wrong on Bailey a couple weeks ago, so my bad if you played him. Because of my analysis. I thought it was good at the time, and he's looked bad ever since. Just going back quick to the stolen base matchup for Hamilton and Peraza, Anderson's allowed 9 stolen bases this year and 15 attempts, which I'm more like, I like to see attempts. Just guys like thinking they have the chance to steal. So people are definitely stealing on Anderson this year. So I love speed in my stacks, speed and power, and the Reds have both of it, and it's a good park. The roof is going to be closed. I'm in for the contrarian stack against Chase Anderson.
Okay. 5 of Bailey's last 8 starts, he's given up double-digit hits.
It's amazing.
I hope he makes it 6 of 9.
That's Tommy Malone-esque. 2 goats.
Fantastic.
Giving up double-digit hits.
Fantastic. Anything else we want to touch on here?
I don't know. I think that's probably it. I just like both sides for hitting.
I won't get to much Reds, but I don't hate it. They're pretty cost efficient on FanDuel too.
Okay. Yeah.
I have very little. I might have double the field of Chase Anderson, but I don't have double the field of confidence. Let's just put it that way.
Yeah.
White Sox and Jakes. White Sox 4.1 run implied total. Jakes 5.1. The 60% chance to win for the Twins. Luke Giolito going for Chicago. Steven Gonsalves going for Minnesota. Lots to like in this game. Gonsalves in particular, we're projecting 9% ownership on DK. I've actually got 21. That's what happens when you play the White Sox. You just immediately become a reasonable option at starter. So let's start there. Are you looking at Gonsalves at all? Are you crazy enough to go to Giolito against your Jakes?
Giolito, I was just looking at him. I looked at him a little bit last night, and I don't think I can do it. Although I don't think anybody's crazy for playing him. I don't think you really need to go there on this slate for 4,700. Like he had a really nice start against Detroit last time out, allowed 3 earned runs, but the plate discipline stuff was insane, and he's done that a couple times this year. I don't have any faith that he's going to be able to do that here against a bunch of lefties. Still has major walk issues, so I'm on the Twins bats a ton. Rosario, especially Kepler. I like Jake Cave down in the 7th spot too. Maybe even your boy Forsythe, righty for 3,200.
My boy Forsythe.
Yeah. Miguel Sano has a pulse these days as well. So the Twins coming alive in September, right as September is coming around. Seems like they do every year, according to the Twins fans around here. And then Gonsalves, is that how you pronounce it? Gonsalves?
That's what I'm pronouncing it as.
Okay, we'll go with that until we hear otherwise. Looks pretty decent to me. I wrote him up in Spotlight Pictures. Price. And of course, his pitch count, 99 and 98 pitches his last 2 starts in AAA. Full 5 days rest. And he missed bats in AAA at a pretty decent rate. You know, nothing crazy, but the White Sox are striking out nearly 30% of the time against lefties over the last month. They've just been atrocious. Moncada is leading the charge. Matt Davidson is striking out a ton. Like, bottom of that lineup is garbage. So, yeah, give me some Gonsalves. I'm expecting chalk for him, but I don't think we had him in the ownership projections yet, did we?
Yeah, he's 9%.
Oh, okay. I mean, if he's that, then like I'll be at least 3 or 4 times over that.
I've got 21 right now. Josh, Michaelis, right?
Wait, who's requesting the Michaelis? Yeah,
it's Michaelis, right? Yeah, suck it, Jared Good.
It's Michaelis. Yeah,
I know how to say it now. I wasn't really confident when I said it, to be perfectly honest. I was throwing shit against the wall and hope it sticks. Twins, number 2 stack for me on both sites. Over the field, they're the chalk stack of the day on both sites, as they should be. That's what happens when you play Luke Giolito. I like everything at the top. Mauer, Rosario, Polanco, Sano, Kepler. I'm actually under the field for DK on Forsythe. I feel bad about that. Sorry, Logan. I have a bit of Mitch Garver. I'm just cool with the Twins. Interesting thing that I have here, White Sox, number 6 stack on FanDuel, number 3 for me on DK. I'm double the field on FanDuel, 2.5 times the field on DraftKings. Give me some White Sox, I guess.
I mean, yeah, I like the idea of stacking against a guy in his first start and all that, but who do you want to play?
So I've got
Tim Anderson.
I got a lot of Anderson,
Garcia?
Abreu, Garcia.
Okay.
Little bits of Davidson, a little bit of Smith, who I'm not a huge fan of having at catcher, but at 2,900 I can get there. I don't like Moncada is really bad against lefties.
Oh yeah, he's
really, really bad. But I feel like I have to have some of these guys here. It just lines up pretty well.
I mean, you can make a case for pretty much anyone in this stack, though. Even a guy that sucks. Like if they get Gonsalves out in 2 innings, Moncada's going to see a righty.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, there's a case to be made. Like I really like Avisel Garcia spot here for leverage.
I think he might be one of the best plays of the day, honestly.
Yeah, especially if Gonsalves is going to be like 20-25% or something. I would really like to be over the field on Garcia at that price. That's just way too cheap. The problem with him, though, I think he may be nursing an injury. I can't remember where I heard this from, so my apologies. Yeah, like he needs surgery or something, but they're just letting him play through it.
Expects to have arthroscopic knee surgery.
Yeah,
after
like
the season.
God, that worries me a little bit, but I don't know.
He said, quote to the Sun Times, "I have to get something done in the offseason. I know I have to get it cleaned up. Nothing major. We think the knee has caused the hamstring issues. It's been a crazy year, but hopefully next year will be better."
So it doesn't sound great, but he did just hit a homer yesterday. So he can still hit for some power. Maybe not as much as we're accustomed to seeing, but for 3,700, you're getting a discount on him against a lefty.
Yeah. I like a lot of this hitting. I'm going to be all over this game from a hitting perspective. And then I think Gonsalves is going to be a really nice value at 5,400.
Got it.
That's the summary for me.
I like it.
Moving on. Rangers and A's. Rangers 3.5 run implied total. A's 5. The 67% chance to win for the A's. Bartolo Colon going for Texas. Mike Fiers going for Oakland. Fiers, 16% expected ownership on DK. I've got 15. I'm actually double the field of him on FanDuel. I think Fiers is in a really good spot. Lots of swing and miss in Texas. This game isn't in Texas, so we don't have to worry about the crazy ballpark nonsense that's been going on where they've been having 11-run implied totals like their cores. Oakland, great place to pitch. You on the Fiers train today?
Yeah, you said it all. I mean, especially the park. So you got fly ball Mike Fiers, and he gets to pitch in Oakland. Like that's a dream come true for him. It's like coldish weather, 61 degrees for this time of year. That's about as good as you're going to get for pitching. Pitching in a really good park. He's a big favorite. He's missed bats as of late. Just mowed down the Dodgers. Had a good start against the Mariners. 13 strikeouts and 11 and a third innings in those 2 starts. And he's another one in this 8K range where I just really like the situation. And I'm not really going up to the top for pitching tonight. So Fiers will be my SP1 or 2 in a lot of lineups when I'm going double mid-tier.
Okay. Yeah, look, I'm right there with you. It's as good of a spot as they're going to find.
Oh, yeah. And the most important stat, I didn't read it off, but it's in Spotlight Pitchers. The Rangers outside of home against righties strike out at 29.9%, highest rate in the MLB in that split.
There you go. Mike Fiers, man. Get
Yeah.
it. Oakland stack. Number 5 for me on FanDuel. Number 8 for me on DK. I'm above the field. Mostly just concentrated in the 2 through 5 spot. Chapman, Lowry, Davis, Olsen. What are you thinking about Oakland here? You with me?
Yeah, I'm with you. I love targeting against Bartolo. It could just be an absolute dong show. I think Chris Davis probably has the best chance for home run of anyone on the night. 5K here, hits righties incredibly well.
Do you want to know how correct you are with what you just said?
How correct? Is he number 1?
No, he's not, but Chris Davis is. Chris Davis and Chris Davis, number 1 and number 2 in my home run model right now. Yeah.
That's funny.
The only reason I was bringing it up. So yeah, the Chris Davis you're talking about is second. Chris Davis is first.
Not even the best Chris Davis on the slate. Wow.
That's got to be depressing.
Matt Olson, I absolutely love in this spot as well. Jed Lowry, love him as well. I love Matt Chapman here too. So I'm just all over all of these A's. They're one of my favorite stacks of the night. Top 3 stack, I think, for me right now. Maybe even the top stack for me. Like 1 through 6 at least. Probably 1 through 7 or 8.
Okay, so I'm not getting much Martini, which is a little surprising, but he doesn't really grade out for me all that well. And then, I'm getting a little bit of LaCroix, but I'm not a huge fan of it. It's, again, just getting a catcher to go with the stack. 2 through 5 is really getting everything for me.
Yeah. That's fair. I mean, that's going to be the majority of my exposure, too. Yeah. Those are the 4 guys I love, but everyone's going to have those when they stack the A's. So I'll get down to some Mark Canha and Steven Piscotty. I don't even mind.
Yeah, that's basically what's keeping them from being my top tier and more in my second tier. It's just not having enough of the rest of the lineup.
Yeah, Rangers bullpen too, not very good for 51 xFIP. Over the last 30 days, that ranks 6th worst.
There you go. So when we pick homers tonight, do we just want to make it that we each get a Chris Davis and call it a night?
Yeah, you can have the Baltimore one.
That's fine. I'll take it. Everybody, we're handing them out like Oprah. Everybody gets a Chris Davis.
Yep.
Anything for the Rangers bats? I'm not getting anything here, but they've got a little bit of juice behind them on DK. I don't have them at all.
No, I don't think I'll have them. I hate them outside of that park, which is so good for hitting.
Yeah.
A 40-degree difference and a bigger park. I don't know. It's not very appealing. This is like the worst hitting environment they've hit in all year.
Yeah, lowest implied total on the slate. It's going to take a very specific game for the Rangers to hurt you tonight. If they start blasting homers here, kudos. If you want to be those people that have the Rangers, you could have them.
Yeah.
Save that soundbite for when the Rangers have 15 runs at 11
Yeah, they're
o'clock
up 9-0 in the second.
Yeah. Fires is
literally
on
-20.
fire. Burning out there. All right, time to talk chalk. Chalk that I didn't know was coming. Chalk that I don't have at all. Astros and Mariners. Astros, 4.5 run implied total. Mariners, 3.5. 62% chance to win for the Stros. Garrett Cole going for Houston. Felix Hernandez going for Seattle. Hernandez back in the rotation. So Cole, 13% expected ownership on DK. I've got half of that. 13,300 is a real healthy price tag today. 24% expected ownership for Cole on FanDuel. I've got 21. He's a reasonable 10,600 on FanDuel. Only $400 more expensive, or $200 more expensive rather than Corey Kluber, but 2,300 on DK. What do you think of Cole? And I think we kind of have to look at it in terms of both sites. I assume you'd be in for having a bunch of Cole on FanDuel. On DK, maybe not so much.
Yeah, definitely more in on him for FanDuel. Just because I mean, if he's on, he's the guy I could see leading the slate in raw points. The problem is on DK, like the next highest priced pitcher is Kluber, correct?
Yes.
That's $2,300 discount.
Yep.
And
then
like
Marcelo at 10-1.
Yeah, and I think those guys are a lot more jammed together than their DraftKings prices would indicate as far as upside, and I would even include Wheeler in there too. So I'm just not crazy about Cole on DK. I mean, it's super contrarian. He's definitely one of the best pitchers on this slate. So he makes sense just from an ownership standpoint, but the matchup isn't even that good. So I won't have much Cole at all. I won't have really any Seattle bats outside of Robinson Cano for 3,700, but that's really about it as far as Cole.
Yeah, I'm with you. I don't mind having him in whatever lineups pop up because he does have a ceiling of a crazy amount of fantasy points if it goes well.
Sure.
If I'm going to pay up, he's like I'm cool with paying up for Garrett Cole. But 13-3, it's going to be so hard to provide any sort of value coming back. It's more important if Cole has like a pretty solid day, and going up to Cole allows you to get like Gonsalves and he has a nuts day at 5,400. That's where the Cole ownership will be good for you.
Man, I didn't realize how good Cole was in his last start.
Oh, he was at home. He was crazy,
against Colorado. Right? Yeah, I remember I was kind of off of him. 6 innings, 12 strikeouts.
Yeah, one hit maybe? 2 hits?
Yeah, I think 22% swinging strike rate. That's one of the highest we've seen all year.
5 hits. I'm a moron.
48% chase rate. That's Colorado though. He's on the road here. Not expecting a repeat performance. But definitely, I mean, he's got upside, so I'm not saying he's a bad play at all, just a bad price.
Not that you should be looking at this particular stat on an individual game basis, but Cole's xFIP in his last start, negative 0.01.
Oh my god. That's amazing.
All right, so we got to talk Astros bats here. Astros on DK, 10% aggregate ownership. They are the number 2 stack in terms of ownership. They look to be somewhere around 3rd on FanDuel. Look, I get stacking against Felix, and the top of the lineup now is Springer, Bregman, Altuve, Correa. We're back to the goods. It's a great sort of setup. You know, Bregman's got the dual eligibility. I don't have a problem getting those 4 guys, but I don't see how we're getting them to be the second most owned stack of the day. Why is Marwin Gonzalez so popular at 9% ownership? Like, that's a lot for a guy hitting 6th. Are you going to have the Astros?
Well, I know. I mean, I can see why people want to play them. You've got this is a World Series winning team right now.
Yeah.
This lineup. So this is the lineup they won with last year. Looks really scary. I mean, I have no issue with the stack. I don't have them as my number 2. They're probably more of like 5th, 6th maybe for me. So I mean, I'm going to be underweight on them pretty comfortably. Felix is much better at home. I don't even know how long he's going to go in this game anyways. And
I would guess that he'll go as long as he can.
Okay. When is the last time he made a start?
Well, he came in when Paxton went out after 3 batters.
Oh, okay.
So, like, I don't know how long he went in that particular game, but I don't think his transition to the bullpen was any... Like, he never pitched in the pen.
Right. So, yeah, he went 87 pitches. So he can go deep. And
he can play 6 innings. This might not be the spot, but, like, he can pitch 6 innings.
Yeah, so I don't want to play Felix. Honestly, I don't even think it would be the craziest play against all these righties. I mean, but it's just the slate doesn't really call for him. You've got Gonsalves there. You've got a guy like Jorge Lopez in a better matchup, maybe even Yarbrough too. So Estrada as well. So you don't really need him, but the way you play Felix, I think, is you fade or go underweight on the Astros, and that's where I'll be tonight. Just a bad park, and they're going to be chalk. So it's a good-looking lineup, but I'm going to wait to play them.
I don't know. So Altuve was supposed to begin a rehab assignment yesterday in Fresno.
So you're saying he's not going to play?
I don't know. I mean, he can obviously be at that game if they want him to be. I don't know. Nothing says that he's not.
I guess.
I don't know. It's an interesting spot. I mean, if he's not playing, I'm really not going to enjoy the Astros, but I don't want it. I don't want to be at 10%. I'm happy to have a fade here. It's not like it's a great park. I mean, they only have a 4.5 run implied total. Outside of the fact that they're just really good, I would like them more if they were at like 6%. Then I would expect it, but I don't see them as the second best option of the day at all.
I don't either. I mean, we still haven't talked about one team that I have ahead of them pretty easily. So it's, yeah, like I have the Brewers way ahead of them. I think the Twins, honestly, I'd probably rather take a chance on the Red Sox or the Indians. Like if I'm making one lineup and just going with those guys, that ownership in a better park.
Right. So. Jeffrey Luhnow, the GM, I think he's still the GM, but he could be like president of baseball ops or whatever, said that it's not out of the realm of possibility Altuve could be activated for Tuesday's game against the Mariners. So I don't expect to see him here unless a certain website that we don't mention knows something that we don't. But I'm good here. I don't want to have the Astros. I'm going to happily be not with the field. I have a little bit more of them on FanDuel than I do on DK, but I'm still at least half the field. And on DK, it's 1/10. So hard pass for me. Final game. Cardinals and Dodgers. Cardinals 3.6 run implied total. Dodgers 4.5. 60% chance to win for the Dodgers. Gomber Mania running wild in St. Louis. Austin Gomber going there. Alex Wood going for LA. I'm right with the field on Wood. 19% expected ownership on DraftKings. I've got 20. 7 on FanDuel. I've got 10. I don't have any Austin Gomber. I don't have any Cardinals bats. So let's start with Wood. Do you like Wood?
Yes, which is surprising, right? I'm never on this guy. But yeah, I'm on him here. He's getting a Cardinals team. So he's pitching at home, which I like a lot. The Cardinals do have a lot of righties, but Wood, I mean, he's not terrible against righties by any means. I don't think he's a great pitcher at all, but just another one of these guys in the 8K range that I'd rather go to and hope to get my 20 DK points and get out alive. I think there are a lot of landmines at pitcher today, and Wood seems like a pretty safe option. So I am on him. I really like his chase rate. It's one of the best in the MLB for the season. And the Cardinals definitely have some strikeouts in that lineup. So, I'm hoping for like 6 innings with 5 strikeouts and a chance at a win. Definitely Definitely doesn't have like slate breaking upside, but I just think he is one of the more solid options on the slate, and I think he will have run support too. So that's another reason I like him.
Yeah, look, I agree. It's a good spot. 8,000 is a really nice price point. If things go well, Wood can mow them down. It's a little scary about all the righties. That lines up not the best, but I like having Alex Wood tonight. But I think we need to talk about these lovely Dodgers bats.
Yeah.
Number 3 on FanDuel for me. Number 4 on DK. I am double the field on FanDuel. 5% higher on DraftKings. Give me the Dodgers again, baby. It's time to stock the Dodgers. Too many righty bats against the lefty Gomber. Too many righty bats that are good against the lefty Gomber. You going with me? Are the Dodgers our late night hammer?
Yeah, this is where I'm going for the late night. Well, them in Oakland, but yeah. So I'm glad I stuck with them the one last time. I was about done with them against the lefty. I think it was LeBlanc or whoever it was on Friday, and they just lit them up. Like, these guys should light up lefties more times than not. We've got Dozier and Turner, Machado, Kemp, etc. Kike, Puig, who's still batting 8th, oddly enough. Like, he just swiped 2 bags yesterday. I think it was yesterday. Just such a high upside player, and he's 3,900. So just top to bottom, this lineup looks incredible. And then Gomber, he kind of survived against it was the Nationals, and I was on the Nationals, and it was really frustrating. But giving up a ton of quality contact to righties, 41% hard hit rate, just 15% soft hits. Tons of pulled balls, a 5.16 xFIP against righties. Yeah, I think Gomber could get crushed here. So I am just all over the Dodgers once again.
With you. Dozier, Turner, Machado, Kemp. Hard to find a better top 4. I like that top 4 significantly more than I like the Astros in this scenario. Like 1% Matt Kemp projected on DK.
Yeah,
no,
that's
thank
ridiculous.
you. I'll have way more than that. I'm doubled up on Machado. Yasmani Grandal's price is really unappealing at 4,200, especially if he's hitting 7th. But you're not going to find a much better catcher situation here. Grandal is better against righties than lefties, but I don't care. I'll take the switch hitter as part of this lineup. I want all the Dodgers. This is going to work eventually, I promise. At least I hope it does.
It did. It already did.
Well, not for me.
So there was a... Yeah.
Anything else you
Bob
want to point out
chat,
here?
Yeah, Bob in chat is saying the Dodgers can't hit lefty pitching. Where have you guys been all year? I mean, okay, but this is a completely different team. They didn't have Puig for a lot of the time. Bellinger was a disaster to start.
Dozier and Machado weren't on the team.
Yeah, exactly. Turner wasn't even in the lineup. Like, this is a completely different team than earlier in the season when they were garbage. We were targeting against them all the time. And you can say that this team doesn't hit lefties well, but when you look at the individual guys, the career numbers, this year's numbers, they crush them. So, like, yeah, you can say that they don't hit them well. Like, on a team level for the season, yeah, that's true. But
they should.
It doesn't matter the team. I mean, you have to take into context the changes a team makes.
Yeah.
This is a relatively new bunch together, and they're healthy now. And they just lit up LeBlanc for like 4 homers.
And I hope they do it again tonight.
Yeah, they can definitely hit lefties. This bunch of people, maybe not the Dodgers this year, looks bad, but you wouldn't take Kemp, but like Turner. So you take Bellinger, but not Kemp. I don't know. I mean, that Dozier like crushes lefties for his career.
I don't want much of Bellinger. I have him, but like he is not the star of this show.
Yeah. So whatever. If the Dodgers don't work out, I still think it's a good play.
Yeah.
I think they should be the chalk.
Yep.
And they are not the chalk. So
we are on the same page. So about that time. Brunches.
It is. It is about that time. Everybody's favorite time. The chat's gonna go nuts when
share my screen.
Yeah, my internet's moving really slow, so.
We'll get there. We'll get there. I think I need to install the new Skype finally.
Okay. Yeah, I might need to do that too.
And my DK crunches aren't there anymore. That's fantastic. We'll crunch out 150 new ones. It's quick.
All
right. 2 pitchers. Who do we want?
Let's do. I just want to see kind of what a Garrett Cole with like Estrada or someone looks like.
Okay. We're halfway through 150 already, so we're moving pretty good.
Jeez. Wow.
I don't know if I could do 100 pizza rolls, but I'd certainly try it. Next time the wife is out of town for a while, we could have a pizza roll stream. I don't want to be that like challenge guy on like my private account or something, but people want to watch me eat 100 pizza rolls and throw up on myself, you know? People are into weird shit.
I guess so. I guess they are.
Alrighty. Garrett Cole. We'll see what you get with Cole, first and foremost. So, Garrett Cole, I've got in 13 lineups right now on this crunch. The first 3 are all Gonsalves with either Twins or Orioles stacks, along with mini stacks of Twins or Orioles. So, pretty natural combination there, evidently.
Yeah.
But, okay, so I don't get any Cole without Gonsalves. All 13 lineups of Cole are all with Steven Gonsalves. That I don't love.
Oh, I mean, you could mix that up. I mean, you could put in Lopez and you could put in Giolito if you wanted to.
Sure.
You can, but
yeah, there's no need to go that way. 5-man Blue Jays. Trying to see the teams that you can get with them, but it's mostly just Twins, Blue Jays, and Orioles. There's an A's stack. Here we go. 5-man A's stack. Chris Davis of the Orioles. Oh, both Chris Davises. That's exciting.
Look at that.
Both Chris Davises, Jonathan VR, one off Manny Machado. I'd actually like dropping down from Machado to someone a little bit more appealing, or a little bit cheaper at the very least. You know, you can go to maybe Kike.
Yeah.
Just to save a couple bucks, and then hop up from Gonsalves to, well, that didn't really matter all that much.
That's the problem.
That's a shame. Something's there. I could see
you could go to like Kike Bellinger or something, and you could probably get that.
Hey,
right?
Big T, I did talk to your boy, Tom, who said that you're basically a stranger to him. That was pretty exciting. So if you're the real Big T, congratulations. No one cares. And if you're not, congratulations. No one cares even less than that. So, yeah. You're no longer needed here, champ. Find a new hobby. Want to take another look at some pitchers that are not Garrett Cole?
Yeah, let's do. Let's try like Archer, or yeah, do like double mid tier. I mean, I know I'm crunching right now, but
all right, we'll look at. Let me hop over to it. Archer Wood.
Let's try it.
Alrighty, Archer Wood, you can go Twins, White Sox, A's. That's a much better A's lineup. Machado, Kemp, and Yelich as the final 3. Dodgers with Sano, Kepler, and Avisail Garcia. That's probably the favorite one that I've seen so far.
I mean, I like this lineup construction a lot better, I think. That's going to be the majority of mine, is going to be these double mid-tier guys.
I don't know, Big T. I've got a verbatim quote that says, never talked to him or seen him in my life. So, sorry to bruise that old ego of yours. Obviously, incredibly large. Oh, there's the Astro stack with Wood and Archer.
There you go.
Gaddis, Gurriel, Bregman, Correa, Springer. Well, it's not going to be... Actually, that works out great because Altuve's not in it. And you get Travis, Granderson, and Braun.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to like that Wood-Archer combo.
For sure.
All right, you FanDuel crazies. Here it comes. Where did all my crunches go? I have none of my crunches. Everything that I did this morning is useless. Sorry, FanDuel people. I'm not crunching 150 fresh ones for you.
Yeah. It's just, you can fit in whatever stacks you want.
Yeah. If you're playing a lot of Cole and Kluber, which you probably should be, I mean, there's nothing really expensive on the bat side outside of the Indians. Jays, A's, White Sox, Orioles, Brewers, Twins, even Dodgers, like, they'll all fit in really well. You should be able to build whatever you need on FanDuel.
Yes, sir.
That's why I'm not getting so much raise. They're just oddly too cheap. Anything else you want to touch on today?
Check out the Spotlight Hitters Pitchers stacks.
Yeah.
Live stream, you will catch us both again. You're going to be seeing a lot of myself and Josh together. But yeah, we got a bunch of good content coming out. Perfect Pitcher article written by Osmo himself, coming out around 4 Eastern. Will be good.
I will have quick hits out early in the afternoon. Once Liverpool starts, which I believe that game starts at 3 o'clock, don't talk to me. I got nothing but big Liverpool shit going on this Monday. Just kidding. If you're cheering for them, I'd love to hear from you. Anyway, not a banhammer. It's a temporary pause so that I don't have to hear him speak until we get out of here. But yeah, live stream tonight, me and Jake. Live streams tonight and all week, me and Jake. Should be fun. Should be very fun. Boot that Joker Chris Baggs out of here for a while.
Yeah, you won't get people berating the chat. Chris will not be here to keep you guys in line, so you'll be able to run free with your either ors and such.
Yep, it'll be good. It'll be good. Nice change of pace. R. D'Angelo, this will be the final thing I'll answer. Can you explain too cheap? Yeah. So the Rays have by far the lowest combined salary of the day. They have 3 guys that are minimum salary, nobody over $2,800. You almost have to leave a lot of salary on the table to go to the Rays. At least for me. I just don't want to. I don't need to like dumpster dive, so to speak. They look fine, but if you're using like Bowers and Choi and Brandon Lowe, you can get to whatever bats and whatever pitching you want. You'll probably have some salary left over. So they're not for me today. They don't naturally fit into my lineups.
You guys are gonna miss Chris. Yeah, he'll be back next week.
Yep.
Don't worry.
Chris is on honestly a much deserved vacation. He's been grinding these streams out pretty hard Monday through Friday for a couple months. So.
Yes. Whoa. Some special guests. Tom. This is news to me.
I'm interested now.
Yeah.
Keep me posted.
What happened to Spags?
Tom, you might want to send a private DM to our boy Big T. Not a big fan of yours now, apparently. All right, so tune in for potential special guests.
There it is.
There it is. Shots fired. Adios, troll Big T. It's been swell. You ready to get out of here?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. Best of luck, everybody. We will see you again tonight at 6 p.m. for the live stream. Good luck. Go Dodgers.